Assalamualaikum everyone. In today's episode, we analyze 6 conceptual test questions involving electromagnetism. So join me till the end of this video lesson. Watch and learn. Question number 1. If a bar magnet is divided into two equal pieces, option letter A, the north and south poles are separated, option letter B. Two magnets result, option letter C. The magnet properties are destroyed, and option D. An electric field is created. The correct answer is option letter B. The two magnets result. Unlike electric charges, magnetic poles always come in pairs and cannot be isolated. If you break a bar magnet between the north and the south poles, you get two smaller magnets, each with its own north and south pole. Question number 2. The south pole of a magnet points toward the Earth's geomagnetic, option letter A, south pole, option letter B, north pole, option letter C, center, or option letter D, middle latitudes. The correct answer is option letter A, Earth's geomagnetic south pole. As shown in the figure, the geomagnetic north pole of the Earth is actually a magnetic south pole, and the geomagnetic south pole of the Earth is actually a magnetic north pole. Hence, the south pole of a magnet points toward the Earth's geomagnetic south pole, or more commonly called the South Pole. Question number 3. Which of the following entries in the table is correct if a straight conventional current carrying wire is held by your right hand or left hand? Choices are letter A. When the right hand is used, the thumb points towards the magnetic field, and the four fingers, when curled, point towards the conventional current. Option letter B. When the left hand is used, the thumb points in the direction of the conventional current, and the four fingers, when curled, point in the magnetic field. Option letter C. When the right hand is used, the thumb points in the direction of the conventional current, and the four fingers, when curled, will point in the magnetic field. And option letter D, when the left hand is used, the thumb points in the magnetic field, and the four fingers when curled point in the conventional current. The correct answer is option letter C. When the right hand is used, the thumb points in the direction of the conventional current, and the four fingers when curled point in the direction of the magnetic field. The right hand grip rule may be used when the current in a straight conducting wire is the conventional current, where the net flow of the charge is from the positive terminal to the negative terminal of a battery. As shown in the figure, this is the way to use the right hand grip rule. Hold your right hand with your fingers curled and your thumb pointing upwards. The thumb points in the direction of the conventional current, and the fingers, when curled, represent the magnetic field direction. Question number 4. A conventional current carrying a circular loop of wire lies flat on a tabletop. When viewed from above, the current moves around the loop in a counterclockwise sense. What is the direction of the magnetic field caused by this current inside the loop? The magnetic field, option letter A, circles the loop in a clockwise direction. Option letter B, the magnetic field circles the loop in a counterclockwise direction. Option letter C, the magnetic field points straight up. And option letter D, the magnetic field points straight down. The correct answer is option letter C. The magnetic field points straight up. For a current carrying wire that is formed into a circular loop or coil, the right hand grip rule may still be used, but we need to modify it. Hold out your right hand with your fingers curled and your thumb pointing upwards, right? So the fingers, when curled, represent the conventional current, and the thumb points in the direction of the magnetic field inside the coil. Question number 5. Which of the following best describes the directions of the magnetic force denoted by capital F, the current denoted by capital I in the wire, and the external magnetic field denoted by capital B? Option letter A, F, I, and B must be perpendicular to one another. Option letter B, I and B may not necessarily be perpendicular, but F is always perpendicular to I and B. Option letter C, I and B are always perpendicular to each other, but F may or may not be perpendicular to I or B. And option letter D, F must always be perpendicular to I and B, but I and B can also be parallel to each other. The correct answer is option letter B. I and B may not necessarily be perpendicular, but F is always perpendicular to I and B. As illustrated in the figure, magnetic field lines are not lines of force. The force on a charged particle is not along the direction of a field line. The direction of the magnetic force depends on the velocity v, as expressed by this magnetic force law or equation. Right? Where the force vector F is just equal to the product or vector product of QV and the vector B or magnetic field B, whose magnitude, all right, F can also be determined by just multiplying the magnetic field B by the given current and the length of the conductor or conducting wire. Also, the next equation, F equals BQ sine theta times B, can also be used to calculate the amount of the force F. In this equation, the angle theta is the angle formed between the two vectors, vector magnetic field B and the velocity vector v, from which we can infer that if the angle theta is exactly 90 degrees, where the sine of 90 degrees is equal to 1, we say that if the velocity vector and the magnetic field vector are perpendicular, then we will have the greatest magnitude of the force F acting on the charge Q, all right? And if the angle theta is equal to 0 degree or 180 degrees, all right? That is, when the velocity vector and the magnetic field vector are parallel or anti-parallel, then the the value of the force F will be equal to 0. All right? So there is no magnetic force exerted on a moving charge Q, right? If the velocity of the charge is in the same direction or opposite direction to the magnetic field. We can determine the direction of the magnetic force on the moving charge Q using the what we call the right hand slap rule, which will be discussed in more details in just a while. For our last question, number 6, the long straight wire in the following figure carries a conventional current I. A positively charged particle, Q0, is moving parallel to the wire at the distance d from the wire. What is the direction of the magnetic force on the particle? Option letter A, towards the wire. Option letter B, away from the wire. Option letter C, parallel to the wire. And option D, anti-parallel to the wire. The correct answer is option letter A. The direction of the magnetic force on the particle is towards the wire. So as shown in this figure, the long straight wire carries a conventional current, capital I, directed upward, and a positively charged particle, alright, Q naught, is located some distance away from the wire and is moving with the velocity v directed also vertically up, parallel to the current. And we want to determine the direction of the induced magnetic field, right? So we use the right hand grip rule, where your right thumb represents the direction of the current, conventional current, and the four fingers, when curled, all right, while gripping the wire, the four fingers represent the direction of the magnetic field. So when you execute the right hand grip rule, you will see that the induced magnetic field around the wire is directed counterclockwise, right? And at exactly the same point where the charged positive Q naught is located, this magnetic field B is directed tangent, all right, to that point where positively charged Q naught is located. So to determine the direction of the magnetic force, we use the right hand slap rule, right? Where your thumb represents the velocity v, and the four fingers represent the magnetic field, capital B, right? Uh, your right palm, okay, will be facing, all right, in the direction of the magnetic force F. That is, executing this right hand slap rule, right, you'll see that the magnetic force F is directed towards the wire. So that's it. We are done. Till the next episode, mabuhay, mashallah. Thank you very much for watching. Please follow me in my FB page, and please don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel.